Hello everyone. Melanie here from Mel's Inky Fingers. Happy Friday. I hope you had a great week. I'm just going to give everyone a minute or two to find us here so that they can join the fun. So today I have some super cute projects to share that I have kind of been holding off on using this adorable Terrific Toadstool stamp and punch bundle. And what I love so much about this is we have coordinating Toadstool Gardens designer series paper, which is part of the celebration offering. So you can get the paper that we're going to use today free. It's so cute. I think you're going to love what we make today. And I'm going to show you variations of both cards that we're going to make. So here's what we're going to make. So very cute. So when you jump on, say hello. Let me know you're here. I always enjoy spending my Friday afternoons with you. So I also have some really important announcements that I want to make sure you hear because it's going to impact your ability to join me here on Fridays and see what I share with you. So we need to talk about how you won't miss out. So hello and happy Friday. When you jump on, say hello and let me know you're here. It's always nice to know who I get to chat with. So, all right, a couple of things that I do want to share with you. So celebration is winding down. So here is our celebration offering. And there was a whole second release of products that became available, 2 or 3 weeks now, from the regular annual catalog, January to April mini catalog, and online exclusive offering. So there are so many choices right now. And you get to choose something free with each $60 that you choose in products. And some of your celebration choices that you get free have a value up to $42. I mean, it's incredible. So lots to share. Lots to see, lots to choose from free. So this ends February 28th. So there's only about a week left. So this ends soon and everything is still available. It's amazing. I'm so happy about that. And this paper is one of your items that you can choose free with a purchase of at least $60. And it's so adorable. You will see many of the prints today and get a chance to see them in action. They coordinate absolutely perfectly with the Terrific Toadstool stamp and punch bundle, which we are going to use. Now, I also wanted to let you know that Stampin' Up! Added some more items to the last chance product section of my online store. So if you love bargains, this is the place you want to peek because there are some really great bargains in there. There were also some items that were marked down even more. So this is a really good place to go visit. Every other month, Stampin' Up! Will be posting some items in the last chance product list and reducing prices on some others to help get them in your hands. So don't forget, if you go to my online store, to check out this last chance product section so that you can find some really amazing deals there. All right. Okay. So also a reminder that the January to April mini catalog is in full swing. So you want to check out those products as well as the January scrapbooking release. So the scrapbooking release has, I think there's like 6 or 7 themed kits in here. The kits are absolutely amazing. So my Year of Memories class series, I have changed up what I'm going to be doing with that, and I'm going to be offering it soon. So watch for details on how you can join us and create a full album this year. All right, a full album with at least 36 spreads, and you can do it in about 3 hours a month for each class that I'm going to be offering. and you don't have to do any designing. And for me, I love scrapbooking, but I feel like for me, the designing takes a lot longer than a card. And this is all designed for you with step-by-step instructions to walk you through creating 6 spreads for each class. It's going to be amazing. All right, super, super important information. So starting in a couple of months, Facebook is not going to allow me to maintain these videos on my site indefinitely. It's going to be limited to 30 days. So if you miss a live, once 30 days passes, that live will no longer be available. So I am going to encourage you to hop on over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel there, which is Mel's Inky Fingers, so that you can see everything I share with you. Now, I am also going to be exploring whether I will be doing my lives here or if I will be moving my lives over to YouTube as well. But for now, I just am encouraging you to head on over to YouTube, youtube.com, search for Mel's Inky Fingers and subscribe to me there so that when I post content, you get notified and can easily find it. I do upload a lot of my lives here over on my YouTube channel, so you will find a lot of different things there. So it's always a good place to go, even if you don't go over and subscribe to my channel. But moving forward, you really will want to be over there subscribing to my channel if you want to make sure not to miss any of my lives that I share here, okay? So please do that soon. I'm going to start moving a lot of my content over there, okay? All right. Super excited today to announce the kickoff of my March Creatively Inked kit. I am so excited about this kit. It's going to be absolutely adorable. The projects are so cute, and you are going to be getting bonus products in this kit. So if you have ever wanted to try a Creatively Inked kit, I highly recommend that you make March the month to do that so that you have the opportunity to see how amazing it is and to try out the subscription. So I have the projects here that you will receive and get to make. This month we are focusing on fun folds, so cute, and you will be able to make them over and over with other products you have on hand. The featured bundle is going to be the Terrific Toadstool Stamp and Punch bundle. We all love a great punch, and this is definitely one. If you already have it, great. If you don't, you will be able to add it to your kit for about 20% off because I will be paying the shipping and tax for you and include it in your kit for you. So it's a great way to get this at a savings. And you are going to love the projects. You're going to love the bonus that you get in there. Lots of extra product, which is always super fun. So I will put the link to subscribe in the description of this video when we're done today so that you have the opportunity to hop on over and get subscribed to Creatively Inked. So today you are going to get 2 additional project ideas for using the Terrific Toadstool bundle. So what an amazing month to subscribe, because not only will you receive 6 project ideas using the Terrific Toadstool bundle, you have 2 more here that you can then go back and create on your own, making that 8 project ideas for this bundle. So super, super fun. So let's start by making this project here. It comes together really, really quickly. I created this project with my favorite print, which is this adorable toadstool pattern with all these cute little toadstools with the stripes and the dots. There's purple and pink and orange. They are so, so cute. So this card, super easy, and we're going to use several celebration items to create it. So I'm going to show you an alternative color to make, whoops, I grabbed the wrong tray. So I'm going to show you an alternative for this project so that you have a second color to put this together with another pattern and a separate set of colors. So to create this project, if I can actually get it out, oh my goodness, it's stuck in the bottom of my tray here. There we go. Phew, got it. So you are going to want a piece of Melon Mambo cardstock, and this is cut 4 1/4 by 11. It's scored at 5.5 to create our card base, and I'm going to burnish this well with my bone folder. Then you will want some basic white. So you're going to want a piece that is 3 3/4 by 5. That will be your inside layer. You're going to want just a scrap strip that's about an inch and about 3/4 to an inch to stamp your sentiment on. And then you're going to want a scrap of basic white to stamp and fussy cut some leaves. Now we're going to do 3 leaves, and I already did 2 so that you didn't have to watch me fussy cut all 3. Then you're going to want a piece of designer series paper that's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, as well as a scrap that is 3 1/2 by 3/4 of an inch that we're going to put on the inside to pull our design right through our project. You will also want a piece of gray granite, and I have embossed this with the adorable Starstruck embossing folder. This is one of the celebration items that you can still choose if you shop between now and the end of February 28th. And I have embossed both a 1/2 inch strip. So this strip is 3 3/4 by a 1/2 inch. And then I have embossed this piece, which is 3 3/4 by 5. And those are going to be front and inside layers for our project. Hi, Julie, welcome. I'm glad you're here. All right, so let's start assembling this. I didn't pull my inks out. Here we go. These are the 2 inks I'm going to use. Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green. Some of my favorite colors. Oh, thanks. Because I have the engraving on it? I know, isn't that cute? It is really cute. All right, so let's start by adhering some of these layers together. So I'm going to take my piece of designer series paper, and I'm using a different pattern from the original that I showed. I think this paper is so adorable. Hi, Sandy, welcome. So I'm going to adhere this really cute pattern to the textured embossed layer, and again, that's with the Starstruck embossing folder, but you can use any embossing folder that you have on hand. If you love this one, you can get it free right now as a celebration item until the 28th or while supplies last. So I'm using some liquid glue, some Tombow liquid, and really kind of rubbing it down good on this texture, because this embossing folder gives lots of really great texture to your cardstock. Hi, Chris, welcome. Oh, you know what? I goofed because I wanted to tie my ribbon around there. Womp womp. Okay, so I have some basic beige 3/8 inch ribbon, and good thing I have liquid glue. Let's see if I can peel it up. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? So I'm going to slide my ribbon under there. And this basic beige ribbon, so even though I'm using gray granite cardstock, this basic beige ribbon matches this paper and the gray granite layer really, really good. So I'm going to I just want to make sure I give myself enough here. I think that's probably good. So we're just going to kind of put this towards the bottom of the card. I probably have it a little higher than I need it, but it's okay. There's no right or wrong here. So let's wrap this around, and I'm going to cut my ribbon and then tie my bow. It will just be a little bit easier, I think. So let's fix the mistake I made and tie a bow. And I'm going to have this bow right off the edge of my paper here. All right, and I just want to make sure that that's straight across. And this ribbon ties really nicely, and it comes in so many colors, and a lot of the colors match this paper really, really well. There's the pretty in pink, the peach pie, the summer splash would probably even go nice. And then of course, look how nicely this basic beige goes with the gray that is in here. So cute. All right, so there we go. We fixed our mistake, yay. So now we can take this and add it to our card front, and look how cute those colors just pop. Once you add this to your nice bright melon mambo background, isn't that adorable? I think it's so stinking cute. So let's add some adhesive to the back of our embossed layer here. So I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal on here and then a little bit down by where this ribbon will be. Now you could also put dimensionals on here, and I know you're probably saying to yourself, Melanie is not using dimensionals on a layer. What's wrong? I don't have a fever. I am okay. So there we go. Look how adorable that is. Hi, Carol Beth. How are you? I'm glad you're here. So very, very cute. So very basic layering. Our Melon Mambo card base, our gray granite layer, which we embossed with this super cute Starstruck embossing folder, which is one of our free celebration items. And then this really cute pattern of designer series paper. All right. So now let's work on some of our front elements. I'm just going to set these inside elements aside for now. So we have some stamping to do. We have our sentiment to put on here, and then I wanted to add some of these really cute leaf elements from the stamp set. So this does not punch. The punch works on the stem and these two, the stem and these two adorable mushroom shapes. So cute. But this leaf is actually very easy to fussy cut. So let's do that together. So I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green ink and I'm going to stamp one of the leaves. I already did two so that I could get them fussy cut without you having to watch me fussy cut, because I don't think you need to see me do more than one leaf. So just a few tips when you're doing fussy cutting. If you've ever watched me fussy cut before, you know that I always like to move my paper, not my scissors. So I like to use the Stampin' Up! Paper snips. I think they're fabulous for fussy cutting. They're nice and sharp, and they give you that really nice pointed tip. And the blades are also thin. Some scissors have a really thick, now these are much bigger, but you can see how thick the blade is compared to these little paper snips. And even some shorter blade scissors have really thick blades. And what I love about the thinness of these is it really makes it easy to get down in images like this and just fussy cut them. And then I just rotate my paper so that I get a really smooth edge. So if you're opening and closing your blade and moving your scissors, you tend to get an edge on your image that's just not quite as smooth. It's not that it won't look good, it's just that it's less smooth, and then you need to go back and kind of smooth out your edges. So I like using these paper snips for a lot of reasons, but those are several of them. So now we have our 3 leaves that we're going to add around our sentiment. And these are all stamped in Granny Apple Green ink, which match so cute with our background paper. So now let's stamp our sentiment. So I love this popping up to say hello sentiment that is in our stamp set. There's a thank you, the you are magical, and the popping up to say hi sentiments. So we're going to stamp this in Melon Mambo ink, which will coordinate with the background. And you could do Pebble Path, would look great, a little darker to coordinate with your background layer. You could even use Early Espresso to pull out some of the darker little more subtle details that are in the paper. I just chose to go with the card base color, which is Melon Mambo, to just give that little extra pop of pink. So cute. All right. So now I am pulling in this punch, and I always forget the name of it. Oh boy, someone help me out. Do you know the name of this punch? You see how cute it is? So this punch does 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch strips of paper and punches a decorative edge on it. So you can see that one is little tiny scallops and one is like a postage stamp. I absolutely love this. I'll show you how it works. So I'm just going to slide the edge of my Designer Series paper in here and give it a punch. And then I'm going to trim this to size. You can put this in your paper trimmer. I just have my little mini here because it's easier to keep it in camera view. I'm going to give myself just a tiny little extra space. So it's about I would say if you cut your paper like 3 inches long, then you will have a good length to work with for your sentiment. So now I'm just going to punch my other edge. So the reason why I wanted to point this out is because this, actually, I didn't even need to punch that because I'm going to put it right there. This punch is now part of our celebration offering. Isn't that amazing? I can't believe it. I mean, I think it's like $22 or $23. Can someone help me and tell me the name of this? Hi, Joan, welcome. So this is really cute. We're going to put this kind of right there with our, I'm actually going to trim the one side off this because I wanted it to be flat flush up against my ribbon. And I got carried away because it's so cute. I hope you're having a great day, Joan. All right, so let's put some dimensionals on the back of this. I'm going to put 2, and I'm going to kind of group them in the middle because I want to be able to tuck these really cute leaf elements that we created underneath them. So I'm going to slide this here and make this flush with our Designer Series paper layer, although you could certainly line it up with your gray granite layer or even all the way out to the edge of your card base. Oh, thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. Okay, everyone. So this punch, which is so cute, I should have brought some scrap paper to show you how cute, but I have this white I can show you. So I'll go back and show this to you after we finish the card, all the cute little ends it makes. It's called the Happy Labels Pick a Punch. There's 2 different patterns to it, and it's $28, but you can choose it free as a celebration item right now. Isn't that amazing? I think it's amazing. All right, so now we're just going to slide these cute little, look how cute these are. These cute little leaf elements. We're going to put those on our project like this, kind of behind our ribbon. I think that is just so cute. So let's take some liquid glue and put it on the end of these. It'll allow us to kind of slide it into place where we want it, underneath, wherever we want it. I think that looks cute there. You want to make sure that you can see it out from behind your ribbon. Thank you so much, Julie, for looking that up for me. I appreciate that. So this one is going to go here. And then this one, I think we're just going to put kind of like this. So I'm going to put a little dimensional underneath there. I'll put a tiny little dot here because that will sit on top of my label. But then I'm going to take a piece of dimensional foam and I'm going to create a tiny little strip that will go here on that little leaf that's going to stick out from. And we're just going to kind of put that there like that. Isn't that adorable? Oh, Joan's grocery shopping. Can I give you my list? I need to do that today. But I'm short on time. Who has time to grocery shop? All right, so here is how we're coming along. All right, so now let's bring in some of these adorable purple backed sequins. I'm sorry you see me use these every week, but I can't even tell you how many packs of these I have now used. So many packs, because I absolutely love these. And you could choose the white ones, the pink ones, or the darker ones. These all match. So we can really use whatever we want here. I think let's try the dark ones for now. So we're just going to really bling up this cute little card with all the little blingy blingies that we want. Isn't that adorable? It's so cute. And I just love these sequins, although I've always loved adhesive back sequins. They're one of my favorite embellishments. All right, so now let's come into the inside and work on our inside layer. So we have our piece of basic white, and this is just a scrap of the paper that's on the front. You could also flip it over if you prefer to have the green, which kind of pulls in your leafy elements here. But I think I'm going to stay with the main pattern from the front. And I'm just going to set this down across the bottom of the card with a little bit of liquid glue so I can kind of slide it, get it exactly where I want it. And then I have this really cute little strip of the embossed layer that I'm going to kind of overlap, and that's going to go all the way out to the edges of our basic white layer. So let's set that right here, and you can overlap it as much or as little as you want. There's no right or wrong here. If you wanted to just butt it up against the edge and keep it smooth, you could. I'm overlapping mine just a tiny little bit, so super cute. And then you could leave this plain on the inside, or you could bring in my favorite little sentiment in this set, the one that says "You are magical." It's so cute. And I'm going to stamp that on the inside of this card to finish it off. So let's do that. So let's ink this up in some Melon Mambo ink and stamp that. Isn't this so stinking cute? I think it's so cute. And I love that we're using Toadstool for Creatively Inked this month, because you'll get even more project ideas with this adorable paper. So here is the inside. Oops, let's get it straight. There we go. So there is our project. What do you think? Aren't these cute? I think it's so cute. This is my favorite print. And I love the way this pops. So what do you think? Do you have a preference? Do you like the lighter pink or the Melon Mambo? So let me tell you what I used on this project. So this project was made with Pretty in Pink for your card base and Pretty in Pink ribbon. I used the Granny Apple Green ink, and this is early espresso. When I inked up my stamp, I stamped off on a piece of scrap paper and then stamped it to just soften it a little bit. Again, I used that Happy Labels Pick a Punch for the cute little scalloped edge. And then for the inside, I kept it the same. I carried the same pattern that I used on the front to the inside with a tiny little strip of that adorable Starstruck embossing folder. Isn't that cute? Oh, Julie likes the Melon Mambo one. Doesn't it just help it pop with that pretty intense pink behind. Oh, Joan likes them both. I know, I'm not sure which one I like better. This is my favorite print, but I love the way you have that contrast and the really soft gray granite layer around to really help set it off. So super cute. All right, well, let's move on to our next project. So the next project, we're going to go with a whole different color. Let me grab my ink here because we're going to want them both. And I also need my little sequins because why not? Now, I did tell you that I was going to show you how this punch worked. So let me show you. I don't know if this piece of paper, though, is long enough to, let me see if I cut it in half. I'm afraid if I cut it in half, I'm not going to be able to reach it in there. Okay, well, let me show you. So I'm going to cut this down to 3/4 of an inch. All right. Just to show you how this works. So you have the option to do 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch strips where it actually slides in the track. So this paper, this is a 3/4 inch strip. You can see how it slides right in that track to give you a perfectly punched end. But really, as long as your paper is no wider than 1 inch, you can easily slide it in here to make your sentiment. So let me show you how this works. So you can slide it into the 3/4 inch track and punch a postage stamp. Look how adorable that is. Or you can do this really sweet mini scallop. And I think this punch is so cute. I use it a lot for sentiments. Let me get you a dark surface to help that stand out. So I use it a lot for sentiments. Instead of just putting a plain sentiment strip on your project, you can put these really cute little decorative ends. And it's cute up to 1 inch. So lots of sentiments could fit on this little strip. So here is what the little scallop, mini scallop looks like. And hopefully with a little bit of contrast, you can see there's a lot of paper glue on there. Hopefully the contrast will help you see how cute the mini scallop is. And then if you use the other option, which is the really cute postage stamp edge, you can see how cute the end of your paper is with that. So isn't this a cute punch? It's normally $28 and you can choose it free right now with Celebration, which is just awesome. Really is awesome. Okay, so let's move on to card 2. So here is card 2, really cute, focuses on the oranges with this really cute striped pattern, but I'm going to show you an alternative with polka dots. And then look how cute it is on the inside. Isn't that cute? So let's make this card together. So we're going to use the Stylish Shapes dies, one of my absolute favorites. These are a staple in my craft room. I use them a ton. We are going to use the circle and the mini little banner piece in this project. All right. So let's look at our supplies. So for your card base, we are going to use a piece of pumpkin pie, and this is cut 5.5 tall by 6 3/8, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So I cheated, and the way I made my card base is I cut a standard 8.5 by 5.5 inch card base, and then I just cut 2 1/8 inch off, which is the center of my front, because it was just easier math for me. You know, whatever's easy works for me. So now we have several other pieces. So we have, whoops, I need to make a new little banner here. So we have a piece of basic white that is cut 3 3/4 by 5, and this is our inside layer. Then we have a piece of early espresso, which is 4 3/4, I'm sorry, 3.5 by 4 3/4, and that layers like that. So 4.5 by 3 3/4. Then we have a piece of designer series paper, and we're going to use the polka dots for the one we're going to make together. It's actually the back of the stripes. And this piece is cut 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. And it's just to layer on the early espresso like that. Then we have a big circle and a mini banner cut from basic white from our Stylish Shapes. And then this is a scrap of designer series paper that is 3/4. It's 3 3/4 by 3/4. So you can choose to bring it to the inside like this or to flip it over, which is what I will do for contrast on the inside of our project. All right. So let's start by putting our front layers together. So we are going to do a different pattern than the first one I made, and we are going to use polka dots. So I put a little bit of liquid glue on here so I can slide this perfectly into place. All right, and then I have some peach pie ribbon, which is really cute. We're going to tie this around this layer, and I'm going to tie this into a bow, kind of in the middle, a little lower than middle. So let's make this into a really cute bow. This ribbon makes really cute bows. I do like that. It's a little stiffer, which is really nice for laying nice and flat like this once you make your bow. Isn't that cute? And then we are going to take this and we're going to adhere it on to this front flap to create the front of our card. Okay, but before I do that, I'm going to continue to work a little bit on the front of my card before I adhere this in place. I'm going to set this aside and let's work on doing a little bit of stamping. So we are going to stamp on all 3 pieces of our basic white. So let's start by doing our sentiments first. So we're going to do sentiments on these 2 pieces. So this stamp set has this really cute, just a little thank you sentiment. So I'm going to do that on this tiny little banner piece that's going to go on the front. So we have that, which is really easy. And then we have our You Are Magical sentiment, which I'm going to put once again on the inside. And I'm going to offset it up just a tiny bit because we're going to have that designer series paper across the bottom, which actually, why don't we just take that now and add it there? So let's do the stripes since the front is going to have the dots to help with a little bit of coordinated pattern on the inside. So let's put that across the bottom like this. Isn't that cute? Really, really cute and just really simple, but that'll really dress up the inside of our card. So now let's set that aside with our card front, and now let's focus on stamping this focal point. So we have 4 colors that we're going to work with. Now on this card, I did these really cute little tiny little mushrooms, but I think I'm going to change it up a little bit and bring in this cute little mushroom here. So let's pull out this and this stem. And we're going to use kind of both of these, okay? So we are going to use pumpkin pie, granny apple green, melon mambo, and early espresso to stamp our mushrooms. So let's start by stamping our ground with this big kind of little rolling hill. And I'm going to have some white left across the bottom of my circle, and that's okay because we are going to place our little tiny sentiment banner there that will help kind of offset that. So now let's stamp some mushrooms. So we can stamp this one kind of like that. And then I'm going to stamp the other stem. So let's put that on here. So now we'll bring in some of these tiny little mushrooms, and we'll do these tiny little mushrooms in pumpkin pie. Super cute, and they're really easy to line up because since the stamps stamp together, the little mushrooms line up. And now let's take this cute little guy and stamp it in Melon Mambo. Isn't that adorable? I think it's so cute. Okay. So now we can work on assembling our project. So we are going to want to coordinate putting these together so that when the card is closed, you get the white layer showing out behind the front layer. So you kind of want to set them down together and get an idea of where they're going to be. And this front layer is going to hide that designer series paper strip that's on the inside. So once you have placement where you want it and you're happy with it, I'm just going to rotate this and take my Stampin' Seal and put a little strip down. And then before I push it down, it all scooched. I just want to make sure that it stays straight, and then I'll just push that down. Okay? And then you can always go back in if you want and add a little more adhesive in there if you feel like it needs a little more. Okay? So then I know that it's centered. So let's take a little bit of liquid glue, and I do recommend using liquid glue for this so that you can kind of slide it into place. Whoops, let's not do it upside down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of push it up against the front so that I know it's kind of centered the way I want it. And then I'm just going to kind of push it down into the inside of my card. And then once it's there, I have that liquid glue so I can kind of slide it and move it around a little bit if I need to and get it exactly where I wanted it so that it's centered. Okay? And that's how I did the layering on this card. So now we have this cute little front. So I need to slide my ribbon a little bit. Let's see if I can. There we go. Get it scooched over just a little more to make enough room for my circle. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on this stamped circle focal point here. And I just want to leave this clear in the center so that it doesn't form a bump over the ribbon. And we'll kind of slide this in, and it can go up a little bit higher if it needs to, or if you slide your ribbon down a little bit, that works too. So now we have this cute little ribbon here, and then our little sentiment is going to go right down here. You could even offset it a little bit if you wanted, but I'm just going to put mine right in the center. So I'm going to put a couple of the little dimensionals on here, and it fits really nicely. And then set this right down kind of on this white space to kind of help blend in that, soften that line a little bit to blend it in. All right, so now let's take our sequins, because why not? We need to use these because they are just that good. And you can decide what color you would like. I think I kind of like the white, so let's use the white. Now we can dress this up a little bit. they have a pink hue. So even though they're kind of like white, I think I kind of like it up here. Let's put this a little closer. There we go. And there is our card. So we have the stripes and the dots, and then a coordinating pattern brought to the inside to make our card cute. What do you think? Which one do you like better? Do you like the stripes or do you like the dots better? I'm not sure which one I like better because I think they're both adorable. I'm going to add some gems to this. Voila. So cute. Ooh, Joan likes the stripes. Aw. Julie likes the stripes. Oh, good. I'm glad you like these. This was such a fun bundle to design with. I really enjoyed working with this paper and with the adorable bundle that goes with it. So here's what we made today. I just want to remind you that we are using Creatively Inked. This month, we are going to be using this Terrific Toadstool bundle. So you will have your 5 projects plus your completed project. How cute is that? Plus these 2 ideas as extras to be able to create lots and lots of cute projects using your Terrific Toadstool bundle. So if you would like to try Creatively Inked, this is a great month to do it because there's going to be extras. I'm just warning you. I may have to limit how many kits I offer because there are going to be extras in it. So if you have any questions, please reach out. And as a reminder, we talked about this at the beginning. Facebook is no longer going to be letting me keep content on my page here indefinitely. After 30 days, it's going to start falling off my page and you won't be able to see it. So I would recommend hopping on over to YouTube and following me. I'm Mel's Inky Fingers on YouTube. I'm going to be making sure that my content here is brought over to YouTube, and I may even start doing my lives over there because it will help immensely with not having to transfer videos over there for fear of losing them so that you can't see what we create together. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these cute projects today. And it's always nice to spend Friday afternoon with you. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will look forward to seeing everyone next week. Bye.